everybody and welcome to At Home with the Moons, and we are currently standing in what is now known very fondly as the coach house.
And with our much loved, or very, very old carriage, we're going to catch up a bit more, give you an update on what's going on with her. But in the meantime, we've got a little bit of a reasoning behind our latest absence.
Yeah, we run another channel called The Moons, but we also run a charity called Legacy of Legends, and we have lots and lots of horses here that have been rescued or retired to us over the years. And unfortunately, we lost a very, very special horse a couple of weeks ago, and it's taking us a long time to get over it. I think, you know, emotionally you become very attached and it never ever gets easier. So,
and as you know, on this channel it's all about the family life with the Moons and what we get up to with the children, so everyone's affected, everyone feels it, the animals and the family, but we've also been rescuing as well. So if you're into that sort of thing, you can check us out on the other channel. But yeah, it is very, very, it's completely engaging. You can't really, if you're in the middle of, we've just done a very special rescue, and it really takes it out of you as well. So along with everything else, we're now back onto showing you guys a bit more of our lives on the other side.
Absolutely. And I have been fabric shopping for this lovely lady, and oh, it was such good fun, and I have the fabric. So a bit later on we're going to go into my restoration stroke bear teddy bear room, and we're going to start doing a little bit of that interior restoration, and it's going to be really good fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, and we're ongoing with the kitchen, which is what we want to get done now. The winter's coming, we've got that lovely wood burner in there, and it's going to be somewhere we can all snuggle down as a family as those winter months draw in. So that's still on the cards, and then the never-ending list of jobs to do around. So got something, I think something lurking down in the cellar. Something's definitely awry down there, so we're going to go down there and just show you what's been going on down there as well. But as Jenny said, in the meantime, we've got some bits and pieces to be getting on with this, so let's do it.
Hello everybody and welcome to my restoration workshop. This is where I come when we're not doing the horses or out on the farm, because I love restoring old things. And as you've seen, the carriage has arrived, and one of the most important things to be doing is the inside. I'm going to really sympathetically restore it and try and keep as much of it original as possible, but some of the areas have definitely they're too far gone. One of those being the cushions here, as you can see. They're actually falling apart completely. There's no chance of putting any kind of thread through this, because the minute you even try and slightly pull, it just rips. So I'm going to very carefully take all the buttons out, take off this piping here, so I can actually reuse the piping in the new pillow that we'll be creating to go in the bottom of the carriage, and then we'll cover these buttons and put them back on in that lovely orange colour that they once were. So I'm really looking forward to it. So this is the first step in the interior part of the restoration of the carriage, and yeah, let's get on with it and have some fun. Okay, so where we're at is we've managed to take apart the actual cushions now, and it's incredible. These people, this is completely hand stitched. I will be hand stitching a majority of it back together again, but I want to put a liner in, which I am going to put through with one of my old Singer sewing machines, but the rest of it is going to be hand stitched. But if you look here, you can just see the damage, just the moth holes that are all through it. But I have been fabric shopping, as I said, and I have found the exact same coloured fabric. It's a pure cotton, and here if you look, I'll show you on a closer image, but the side that's actually been seen obviously and has been exposed is a little bit more faded, but when you turn it over it's the same colour. And this carriage must have been so luxurious, and the colours used weren't shy, I can assure you. They had bright orange fluffy buttons and bits of red and gold, and it's quite amazing. And to see it all coming together, and of course a bit like when I restore old bears, when you take them apart and you turn them inside out, you see the original colours. So some bears I've had that have come a white, and actually when you see the fluff, the bear was once blue or pink. So she's giving so much away, and it is so much fun. And at the moment I'm just at the stage where I've got this absolutely incredible horsehair pillow, and I've been through it and it looks actually in a surprisingly good condition. So I'm going to very gently go through it, bag it up, because I want to put this directly back inside the new cushion that's being made, hence the reason I'm going to be lining it properly. So this has got its own bag to protect it, and then on top of that it's going to have that illustrious colour and all of the beautiful things that go with it. So the next stage is to get this off. We're going to have to measure out everything. But what I'm going to do before I do any of that is these little buttons that I have here, once upon a time, were a bright orange, fluffy, woolly button that sat, incredibly, inside the cushion like this. So they had buttons. There was 3 here, 3 down the middle and 3 down the other side. So I'm going to redo the buttons. I just want to try. I've got an idea of how I'm going to do it and recommission. So these buttons, so we've got that bright colour back. So that's going to be what I do next. And I'm going to put all this down because I could get very carried away, and that's totally the wrong thing to do. I need to remain calm, not get too excited, and do little bits at a time. So I've decided the buttons are going to be my first part, because actually throughout the carriage these little buttons are there, and I found all sorts of buttons on the floor of the carriage, so I've got them all collected up, and I'm going to very carefully cover all of the buttons, so then we know that we've got those and how many we've got and how many I need to replace. And then I'm going to go on to actually recreating the cushion. I've had a bit of a play. I've done a little bit before. I kind of did a mock cushion, which actually was fine. It fitted perfectly. It was really, really good. So I know I've got the actual sort of the map for the cushion. But now what I need to do is just, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to move on to onto the actual cushion itself. So it's very exciting, as you can tell. I am a little bit thrilled, and I love doing this sort of thing. I'm in my favourite place, apart from of course with our horses, and yeah, spending time helping this old girl feel a little bit better. So without further ado, let's get on and get some buttons covered and pop this lovely horsehair in a bag safely away. Okay, so we've just put the cushion away. It's safely over there, wrapped up in some material. The reason it's in material and not in a bag is because it is an organic material and we don't, well, the horsehair is, and we don't want it sweating and going mouldy. So that's nice and safely popped over in the corner. But when we've picked up the actual material here, lots of eggshells have fallen out. So there's quite a lot here, and it would appear, I mean, it does look like a chicken eggshell. I'm not going to lie. I'll show a close-up in a moment for you to see. And it does make you wonder, were they eating eggs on the way to wherever they were going? Did they have hard-boiled eggs? It is just, what an incredible thing to find in a nearly 200-year-old carriage. Eggshells.
So we're back in what was the former kitchen. And if you go back some episodes ago, you'll see the beginnings of what we started to do. This was a salon, a relaxing area for the family, as we said, with the big wood burner. It is a nice snug area, but we wanted to strip it back. It had lots of modern plasterboard, which covered up what we subsequently found was beautiful bricks and that lovely old stonework. So we've exposed it all, and there's now, it's the clear up operation and being able to stabilise what's there. So we've got all that lovely lime mortar, and we just need to clean all the bricks off. So the next bit is, while Jenny's doing the interior and the wheels are off for the carriage, there's still loads of woodwork to be getting on with, but we need to prioritise. And this room, as we said, coming up into those winter months, is going to be really, really a lovely place for the family to sit and enjoy time together. So yes, we've got the walls to be getting on to stabilise. We've got some ideas as to how we're going to reconfigure the wiring. There's a little bit of other stuff which is just making it a little bit disjointed. We had that looks like a skirting board round the bottom, but we actually found it was some sort of very smooth hard stone, so we've got to investigate that. We want to get it back to being presentable, but also just really showing off the beauty of, you know, what those guys did, what those people did all those many moons ago. So lots to look forward to in here, and as we said, we've got all those other jobs going on, and as the episodes unfold, you're going to join us on that journey. So I hope you enjoy it. We'll see you downstairs. So these guys are ready to harvest, and we've got our budding horticulturalist who is responsible for spraying them. They just need a fine mist, and I think down here is the perfect growing environment. Time will tell with the others, but we're going to pop a couple of these off and see what they taste like. So something to look forward to.
So here we are in the coach house with the lovely lady herself, and as you can see here, these are the buttons that basically go throughout the whole coach. So it's on the cushions, it's on the sides, it's on the doors. On this door there would have once been 5, there's now 1.5. This one's in quite bad condition, but the one that we've created today, and I'm absolutely thrilled, almost mirrors the other buttons. So I'm going to go back in my bare room and keep creating and then work out what buttons we're missing so I can obviously replace the ones that we are. So it's going to be a long job. It's going to be very, very time consuming, but it's something I am so looking forward to, and I cannot tell you how every time I get here and I start handling her, and along with the teddy bear restorations I do and everything else, it's my sort of my time off and my happy place. And yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled and feel completely honoured to be part of this lovely girl's restoration or preservation, however it's going to turn out. But what it is going to do is going to make sure that all of these areas don't get any worse, and that she's, going to grow old gracefully and look beautiful once again. So I'd like to say thank you so much for watching, and stay magical, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.